Welcome, friends of the internet. My name is Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime, and today I'm bringing you a Transformers and third-party knockoff. You know, you used to really know what was a knockoff and what was third-party, and now we've got companies like Wei Jiang who are just blurring the line. So I think that this basically counts as a KO, though. Basically, this is the Wei Jiang MPP-27. This is totally not Ironhide. I applied this sticker myself, by the way. No copyright infringement. And it is more or less an oversized masterpiece Ironhide, and it's pretty big. I don't have him in vehicle mode, but you know, I've got an Autobot car over here. He's pretty huge. And it's pretty nice. It's basically, they started with the masterpiece Ironhide mold, but they have made a few changes and upgrades to it. Firstly, you might notice, if you're familiar with the MP-27, this guy's got mirrors. Where's your mirrors, Takara? Game, set, match. But yeah, he looks about like what you'd expect in this mode. No real surprises here. I mean, aside from the mirrors. Hella surprised at that. He has a little spot on top where you can stick a gun of your choice. Anybody who's got an MP-27 knows that you have a hell of a choice. Like all of the choices. Jeez. But yeah, I mean, he's a car and or van, and he rolls quite well, actually. I did not actually get this from my sponsor, Titan One Toys. I got this from Sarah Jiang on Facebook. I pre-ordered it from her like way back in April, and it just came out. So yeah, Sarah Jiang, by the way, is a great seller on Facebook. I've never had a single problem with her. But she's not my sponsor, so I don't have a business card for her. I'm always getting business cards from, you know, Titan One Toys. But I haven't gotten any from Sarah Jiang. If I had one, Sarah, I would totally display it right here. But yes, Sarah Jiang, everybody, Sarah Jiang. But yeah, let's get down to transformation. To start off with the transformation of this guy, the transformation is almost the same. Almost. There are some differences, and I will point them out when we get to them, but it's basically almost the same. So you're just going to take the wheels, flip them in, and then take this whole assembly here and yank it out. This piece will fold up and in. This piece will fold up and in. These pieces will fold down and in. I'm going to split the legs and extend them. This bumper will fold out. This is going to be the heel. This part will flip around. It's going to be the toe. These will turn around, and that's the legs basically done. All right, that's his robot mode right there. His gear walk mode. Yeah. No, totally not really. Next, we're going to take this piece here and pull on it to extend it. And we're going to start to get this up and out of the way. We're going to come to here, and we're going to lift this up to start to get that up and out of the way. And now is where we start coming into some differences. This, for example, is completely new. This is not a feature on the MP-27. Also, these things folding out like this is also new. So for all of this part here, what we're going to do is we're going to untab this bumper. Alrighty. And we're going to extend these wheel assemblies out. So we've got this extended out like that. We're going to take these mirrors and we're going to fold them in inside the body. We're going to take this part here, we're going to extend these armors out, and we're going to flip this up, and it's going to fit right into the back, just like that. We're going to take these tires and we're going to fold them in, and then with them folded in, we're able to take this part and rotate it past the tire. Same with this one, we're going to rotate it past the tire. Now we're going to take this and untab it from here just a bit. Actually, we're going to leave all this here for a moment. We're going to finish on, let's get a little taller here. It's going to finish on the upper body for just a bit. And let me leave this back down here, out of the way. This piece is going to come down just like the original, come down over these windows. Oh, why are you fighting me? Never fights me before, but all of a sudden I turn on the camera and it's like, no, I don't want to do it. Jeez. Fucking prima donna. All right. So with that folded in like so, maybe make this a little bit taller. These clips are going to come down over the shoulders and plug in there. The arms are going to be pointing straight up. Because we're going to go to the back, we're going to, actually we're not going to go, we're going to go right here. Open these up, extend these arms, flip out the hands, close this, then close that, then pull it down. That's an arm. Same with the other side, open, extend, flip out, close, close, down. All right. Now for this midsection here, this is going to come up a bit so that we have some space to work with. Oh, come on, skirt armors, jeez. Now, this is going to kind of fold into here. And this bumper section, we're going to flip out these pieces right here. This is going to come around the back behind here, and it's going to tab back into how it was tabbed in vehicle mode, but now behind him instead of in front of him. And that's how we get the tires out of the way. That's how we get the hip, the infamous MP-27 hip armors out of the way. And yeah, then we just kind of take everything and mush it all back together up here. And there he is in his robot mode. And he's big. He's real big. By the way, I wanted to point out for just a second that not having the bumper right here, like this is more G1 accurate like that. So like Wei Jiang continues to do really good work. For size comparison, let's compare him with the MP-10 Optimus Prime. Yeah, he's big. Now proportionately, the MPP-27 is the same size proportionately as the MP-27 is. So this guy scales with the MPP-10, the Wei Jiang Optimus Prime, in the same fashion that the MP-27 scales with the MP-10. So these two are in scale with each other, and this one and the MPP-10, which I don't have, also are in scale with each other. So it's some interesting thing. I don't know, maybe at some point they'll have like an entire MPP line. I have no idea. But there he is scaled with the MP-27. Ironhide comes up to like his elbow. But sculpt wise and design wise, they're all pretty much the same figures. Couple differences. He's got die cast on his toe and his upper leg, or his lower leg here. These are both die cast panels. Some changes in the paint apps. As I'm looking at them, I realize now that that like this has got some like gray detailing around here, which this one doesn't have. I don't know that really like adds a whole lot to it. This one, by the way, I installed the Shadow Fisher kit on it, so he's got his hip armors up there instead of here. And I think that this, by the way, looks better than it originally did. But I think that this looks even better still. So, like that's an excellent thing that they did here. For articulation, his articulation is exactly the same as the MP-27. Ball joint on the head. He's got rotation on this shoulder that doesn't go all the way around, but his shoulder goes out a whole lot. He's got an upper bicep swivel, about 90-degree bend on the wrist. Oh, whoa, wow. Wrist swivel here. All the four fingers are together. Got a waist swivel. On this one, the waist does kind of mess with these tires on the back just a little bit, but it's not real bad. Not enough to like knock everything loose or something like that. He does have this really silly looking skirt armor that allows his leg to move forward all the way, move back all the way. His legs go out all the way. He can do the full Van Damme. His knee joint will go 90 degrees. Ankle will rock a little bit forward, a little bit back, a little bit to the side. And, oh yeah, and rotation at the knee. But as you could hear, he's got lots of good click joints on him in all sorts of locations. Just he looks and feels just like a solid figure, you know. Like he's a nice figure. For his accessories, he comes with the usual like sled of accessories. This is by and large the same sled that Takara had, with two exceptions. This gun right here is unique to the Wei Jiang oversized version. I think that this references his G1 toy gun, and this, I have no idea what this references. But other than that, all the other stuff is the same. He's got, you know, the jetpack and the fires and the like all these different attachments. And I'll go into them real quick. So these guns, he comes with 5 guns, by the way. One of this in very nice chrome. These 2 new guns that I mentioned before, and a pair of pistols. And they all attach into the hand the same way. They've got these slots right here. And they just plug in and close up. And that's how they all work. And I mean, really, if you've seen one, you've seen them all, so yeah. All sorts of pew-pews. Let's pull these back out. I usually like to display him with these handguns because they match, and I think that's cool. He does have his little launcher thingamajig here, which you can attach onto his back, and you can have slug launcher like hanging out over his shoulder, or like on his back, whichever you prefer. He does have his rocket pack here. Again, we'll just clip right on here. And so, yeah, he can fly around. You can stick the fires inside the nozzles. And it looks, you know, as ridiculous as you would assume that it would. Because, yeah, I mean, if you were flying, like, this is totally where you would put the rocket nozzles, you know. Like, not even in line with the center of gravity at all. No, you'd put them, you know, off center and make yourself a nice little erratic flight pattern. He's got this little thing here, which I guess in like one scene of one episode, he did one thing where he pulls this out and scans something. He can scan things. And then for the rest of his accessories, you open up one of his arm, or both of his arms if you feel like it. Put his fist back in. And that exposes this little peg here. And so this, now with this out, you can put in either the dust buster, or I guess maybe this was like a glue gun of some sort. He's got a Mega Man style hand cannon. And he's also got a goof style finger cannons. So you know, he would look right at home on the set of Gundam 0079, wouldn't you know? Also, he does come with, let's flip his hand back out. He does come with an alternate face, the same like yelling agony face that the MP-27 has. It works exactly the same way, except it doesn't fall out on a moment's notice like the MP-27 one likes to. So it can be like, "Arr!" And then Megatron will be like, "Such heroic nonsense." Boom, childhood destroyed. But yeah, so Ironhide, the MPP-27, not Ironhide. I think he's cool. He's pretty inexpensive for his size. You can contact your favorite seller online somewhere and figure out how much they're selling them for. But yeah, he was definitely not bad. He's big, he's bulky, he looks great. I've been sitting him on my shelf. I mean, he doesn't really, since I don't have an MPP-10 and I don't have like a collection of oversized figures, he doesn't really fit in with anything else. Just I got him because my brother picked up an MP-27 and I played with it and I was like, wow, this guy's actually really cool. And so I figured, well, I can pay, you know, through the nose for a Takara one, or I can get this MPP-27, which is going to be a bit cheaper. So I did that. But yeah, he's fun. I like him. Anyhow, this has been Zachamus Prime. Everybody, be awesome.